Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So we are back once more then, in our Hearthstone 3 Black Ice 10.1 playthrough. Now, of course, we did have a crash as of the last session. Hello there, Norbert, how you doing, my friend? Yes, we did have a crash as of the last session, so we do have a few things to sort out. I think what we need to do here is really just organise these divisions. War is not too particularly far away, and we must organise for this. Now, how we do this is going to be rather interesting. I obviously have to make sure I have proper armies and proper cores. So we do have one full core over here. Okay, we do have additional forces in the form of these Czechs. Well, Slovakian divisions. I need to move my panzers over here, actually. Okay, I do have some cavalry as well. Now, cavalry is going to be rather interesting. They do have this light infantry. Though what I'm thinking here is maybe we drop the infantry. So 4.5 kilometers per hour. 5.5 kilometers per hour. 5.5. 5.5. And I think divisional headquarters is what, 6? Oh, sorry, 9. Okay. Excuse me. So what I'll do then is I'll drop the Slovakian infantry brigade. I will have the cavalry probably move down this way. I think what I want them to do is actually to move up to capture some of these objectives, these victory points. Ideally, well then again we could always use them for the maneuver. Possibly. I mean, how fast are our panzers really? Yeah, I mean I could build entire panzer divisions with some of these things here. Like for example, it's like we have like two brigades of light armor, and yeah, that's definitely too much really, isn't it? Either case, we'll carry on. Well, yeah, 7.35 kilometers per hour, that's pretty good. I mean, compared to that of the normal infantryman, 4 kilometers per hour. It's almost twice their speed. Okay. Let's take a look. You're not attached to any command here at the moment. Okay, so right now you have no command. You do have some interesting elements, like the heavy artillery is rather intriguing. I mean, the cavalry is not bad. At the end of the day, these division commands are actual full-blown combat units with these attachments. Which is not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, it means that they're actually not just going to be blown apart, are they? Right, you're not attached to anybody at the moment. I mean, the cavalry will come in very handy for obviously stomping out partisans. Yeah, we have a few cores, but obviously, they're not onto full command limit, are they? I may be better off just obviously taking some of these guys and assigning them to these different cores. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have you assigned to this core over here then, so that would be the second core. Have them reassigned. There we go. So we now command 5 divisions over here with this core. This one only commands 1, but what I'm going to do is actually take this. So this would be the 10th Corps. So you'll now go under the command of the 10th Corps. I think in reality what we need to do is obviously like streamline the order of battle. Only have the commands that we actually need, which means that we can have leaders where we need them. Okay, seems you're attached to... Who are you attached to? Right, okay. Yeah, like, just like that. There we go. So that's an additional division attached to the 10th now. Move you over here as well. Okay. So we have 5 divisions here. 4 divisions here. What I could then do is obviously assign an additional division then. Which would work out. We do have another 2 divisions here. So at the moment I have 2 divisions ready. So what I'll do is I'll assign one of these divisions over here to the 10th Corps. And let's see really, if we take a look at the actual terrain. I'd rather move here, and that will allow us to push around. In terms of victory point locations, there's nothing really gained over here. But we'll do this just so we can obviously move. I will need additional forces over here. I do have 4 divisions, well technically 3 infantry divisions and a cavalry brigade. So nothing really impressive, to be honest. If we take a look at the terrain, there's a lot of plains here, so that's very good for the movement. I think what we might want to actually do then is, if we take a look at the forces on the border, there's hardly any here. And there's really, yeah, the Polish border isn't really manned entirely, which is going to obviously play to our advantage here, as we'll be able to just roll right on in there, which will be very handy. So that's quite nice. I do have the forces of the SS. I think what we'll do then is we'll form a SS Corps, and we'll have that deployed to East Prussia. The reason being, at least then I can actually move additional forces over there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. I really need more metal. It does really bother me that I just don't have that metal. If I had the metal, I would have significantly more IC at this moment in time. Okay, so we are continuing to try and build up our officer ratio. We do have the border against France held, which is quite nice. More forces than we really need. Yeah, hello there, dear Legacy, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, and as you say, hopefully no crashes this time. Right, who are you under the command of? Okay, so you're all here then. Righto. Four divisions you need to be assigned. There we go. I am going to make sure I have a good, decent bit of strength here. The last thing we'd want is obviously the French to come crashing through. Though, of course, I could get away with this. So let's see. We do have a spare division here. So what we'll do then is we'll take the spare divisions, have one of them moved over here. I'm going to take this corps and have it transferred to the east towards Poland. The reason for this is obviously then we can use it to aid in the invasion of Poland. Speed is the primary focus that we need. The good thing here is the fact that the Polish don't have the men to actually garrison all of their provinces, obviously to guard the entire length of the border. They do have this locked up pretty tight. So I think what we'd like to do is obviously try and push across here, link up with our forces in East Prussia, cut off the vast majority of the Polish army, which could be very handy. So, how do we want to do this? Now, I think we'll move through here. At least the infantry will. We'll have them backed up by panzers. But the thing is, we need the panzers to actually lead the way, to be the vanguard. Obviously use their speed to our advantage. But we will need that infantry corps just obviously hold that line, fill in the gaps, and obviously deal with any threats. Okay, we have military police here. Right, we do have additional interceptors. I will need my air force actually organized and ideally looked after. Okay. Just combine these for the moment. Germany used to have max metal and energy pretty much the whole game. Yeah, it's been definitely changed around. Definitely. Another armored car here. I was looking for my large air bases. So we obviously have... Yeah, this is obviously the largest one held by the French. That's where a lot of our strength is. A lot of our strength is obviously over here at the moment. I think the size of the actual icon determines the actual... Well, shows off like the actual size of the airbase. Yeah, that's a level 10. We do have the airbase over here at Breslau, as well as Königsberg. Okay. So what we'll do then is, Königsberg is actually protected at the moment. We are going to organise. Now, how many squadrons? Like, how do we want to organise things? I think this is the question, isn't it? It's like, how many squadrons can we have together? Well, how many wings can we have in a squadron before there's a stacking limit in effect? I'm not entirely sure on that one. I feel like it's either 3 or 5. I can't remember exactly. I feel like it's 3 or 5. We obviously will need interceptors in the west to help protect our industry. So what we'll do then is we'll move the SA over here. There we go. I'll split the fighters up then into groups of 3. I think that might be about right, I can't remember. Obviously, if somebody knows what the best stacking limit is, or the correct stacking limit, then do let me know. Yeah, these are older interceptors, though they still have their use. You're going to rebase here. Yeah, these are quite advanced models. So we'll have those in the front line. Well, actually, no, we need them to protect the actual important assets, don't we? Okay, they're just going to do that. For the last patch, 3 fighters in each wing was ideal. Okay, well, we'll go with the assumption of three wings. At least we can't go wrong with that, can we? Now I need to check the ranges. So, Breslau. Okay, 231 kilometers from Warsaw. Königsberg, 209. We may be better off actually deploying in Königsberg then with the main part of our aircraft. Though of course it does depend on the range of our close air support assets. The other bombers should be okay. So what I'm going to do here is just organise them all together. Okay, we have our fighter bombers. The fighter bombers, what is their range like? Their range is somewhere here. Yeah, okay. Not seeing that there. Intriguing. Right, we'll have to figure that one out then. I'm sure it would tell you the range somewhere. Probably. Okay. Additional interceptors over here. We'll move these over here then. Brilliant. We'll have these deployed to Königsberg. We'll start time moving here slowly. Right, so we have armoured over here. Sorry, army. Motorised. What we'll do then is... Actually, this is rather interesting. So we have light armour battalions here. Okay, so what we'll do then... Move them there. We'll have them organised. Yeah, see, like, motorised engineers are very handy. Those trucks are very handy. We'll just have to take the actual elements from them and really use them properly. What's your range? 134 kilometers. Okay, at least that's good to know. Not the most range, but still something that we can work with. Commandos. So I have my air headquarters here. For legal cause. Yeah, that money shortage has really been hurting me. I think what we'll have to do then in the following games is obviously make sure that we do have the money to actually last us. Otherwise we do receive a very harsh penalty. Okay. I'm just looking to find assets that are useful. Like for instance, this heavy artillery could be used elsewhere. AA, definitely. The garrisons in of themselves will just do a fine job. Yeah, we need to move them. And the thing is like... I suppose we need some AA, and we'll have these just deployed really over the important cities. But that heavy AA is just too good to turn down. Too good. Things are a little disorganized due to the fact that we have a lot of headquarters around at the moment. I think what I'll do then is I'll use these assets that we're, well, liberating from other commands and give them to the SS, and then at least the SS forces can be strengthened. Right. Have the cavalry deal with that. How many medium bombers can we have in a squadron, I wonder? We'll try and sort them by, like, I suppose tier. Well, model more likely. Yeah, heavy AA used to be pretty much required to be a Soviet heavy armor. Well, heavy armor. I suppose it still is, really. I guess the requirement isn't as high. I guess I might go with about 5 per squadron. Okay, looks like we have some very good ones here. Plenty of light bombers. There we go, that works out just fine at 5. Okay. I know the other ones are a little bit disorganized, but this will be fine. I think what we'll do then is I'll take the smaller medium bomber wings. Have them deployed to Königsberg. I will need some interceptors, to be fair. I'll take 2 wings of them, rebase them here. I doubt the Polish Air Force is going to be too deadly. It won't last that long anyway, considering that we'll be overrunning their airfields rather quickly. There we go. Deploy these 2 divisions. We'll have these divisions attached to the 11th command, I believe. There we go. Hello there, how you doing, my friends? What's that, 9th? I can't remember. Bloody Roman numerals. I need to learn them again. Fine, so have them attached there. There we go. So we'll have an additional corps on its way that will be around about here. They're moving from the west. So we'll be able to hold here in the west quite easily. We do definitely have the forces available for this. Yeah, 10 divisions over here. Pretty much more than we'd really need, I suppose, but I'd rather have them. At least I do have a division that is in reserve. At least they can go where they're needed. I'll just rotate out with the other divisions. Yep, we have our mountain forces here. So we'll move through this forest. Could definitely do with additional assets down here myself. I think at the end of the day, once we cover all the provinces of Belgium... sorry, bloody Belgium. See, this is the issue. I went out last night, so I'm a little bit tired. A little bit hungover. So I'm just saying random things sometimes. Right. I meant Poland. We'll get round to Belgium. Her time will come. Okay. So I'm only producing... these rather poor close-air support units, but that's fine. We'll continue for the time being. I just need the numbers, really. We'll deploy these fighter bombers over here. There we go. I'm just going to quickly save here, just in case anything happens. What I'm also going to do is go to the order of battle, and I'm going to switch out the army commanders and make them, in fact, the army group commanders. So we'll have von Rundstedt actually command the army group. There we go. See, von Bock is very good. Very offensively minded. Okay, tactical attack and combined arms. So that's really quite nice, that combined arms. See, we'll obviously have to form everybody up. I'm not going to be dealing with any fortresses over here, thankfully. There's one here. AA there. Other than that, yeah, there's really not any fortresses. We do have a fortress over here, but we are going to just completely avoid that. There's no reason for us to actually attack it at all. So it would be nice to actually take some of the other commanders and have gain experience. What we'll do then is we'll probably go from skill. Yeah, so we'll have him promoted to the army command here. I mean, this is it. Obviously, we'll be going to war fairly soon. So we do want to actually start definitely changing the order of battle. Definitely to be more offensively minded. Right, Haldor over here. I mean, he's fantastic. Definitely have him in command of an armed group. There we go. This one obviously just needs to be defensive. There we go. Put Halder in charge over here. Actually, we'll do the reorganization when it comes close to the war itself. We'll go with the... I could go with the Heroic Tales. I think that gives you some more territorial pride. The good thing about territorial pride is the fact that it allows us to actually gain a bonus there. We'll go and take the small entertainment show then. Ah, bloody arses. Yeah, it's not going to take us long to really organise things, frankly. Once we're good to go, I don't think it'll take us long to invade. Right, here we are. So what I'm going to do is reorganise this. Actually, how many do you even have in here? Okay, just change out the actual... I mean, you have the Veteran Divisional Headquarter. But I reckon it's probably better to have the motorised. I mean, the Veteran one is very handy, don't get me wrong. Oh, I've got to do it like this, haven't I? Have I? Yeah. Okay. That's been awkward. How strange. Actually, no, that's a core command, isn't it? Right, okay, never mind, never mind. We'll change that around then. Are you declaring the historical date? Well, to be fair, we'll probably have to anyway, considering I'm not really ready as of this moment. We might go early, we'll see. We'll see. And at the very least, I can give them the motorcycle reconnaissance. That's always handy. We will have enough forces, actually, which is a good thing. I think what we'll do then is we'll take this force over here, and I'll have them shipped out to East Prussia, at least then they can obviously hold the border. Take our Kriegsmarine. Kriegsmarine. Have additional forces obviously shift over here to East Prussia then. See, the thing is, I've not actually... Yeah, what we'll have to do then is we'll have to set up a garrison command as well. have them control basically the entirety of our lands, barring the actual front line. But I'll do that in the future. I think what we'll do is obviously reorganize things then. At the moment, obviously, we do have 3 army groups, but I'll probably... I mean, what we could do then is potentially just have, like, 2 army groups, like, actual fighting army groups, and then just 1 army group that's... its role is just, obviously, like, defense of the Reich, obviously, from, like, partisans. Obviously, could have them in control of, like, air assets as well for home defense. Yeah, they're really pissed off at the moment, aren't they? How is everybody doing, then? How are you guys? Right, how many transports do we have here? So I have... Do I only have the bloody 1? Jeez. Alright, here we go. We've got mod over here. Yes, okay, so we have 3. That's okay, we can make use of that. The battleships will be very handy as well. I'll be able to use them over here quite nicely. Right. So we can carry 3 divisions at a time. That's very good. Have you sent over here as well? You can obviously join that call that is heading to East Prussia. I have his light armor. I need to figure out where... Right, okay, so we have our Panzer division here. Actual Panzer Corps, I should say. Right. See, I'd rather have, like, motorized corps and armored corps. So we could obviously further organize things. Like, really try to make things as efficient as possible, but I suppose they both work the same way, so that's not too bad. Now, I just want to check something, actually. I did see a comment saying that potentially building armored cars does give you the armor practical, so I'm just going to quickly check that. So, mobile unit practical, it doesn't actually show any, like, armor practical. Interesting. Right, we are working on our new Panzer Division over here, so that's at least something. We only built 1 so far. Okay, yeah, look at our officer ratio, that's definitely going up pretty quickly. Soon we'll be at 110% and then we can obviously continue with our research. From the 26th of August 1939, the battalion was officially a field unit. It was used in the 1939 Poland campaign. It was also used in 1940. Right, fantastic. Yep, we'll have them form up the battalion. Terrific. Do you want to mobilize them? Yes, we'll mobilize them. Yep, here we are in January. So, annual espionage focus. I mean, I could... Yeah, we'll go for the economic spine. Right, annual national focus. So we've gone Achtung Panzer for many years now. I think we'll continue this. I think I'd love to see just how much of an impact it could have. I mean, in reality, maybe with this heavy focus on Achtung Panzer, we might actually be able to achieve pretty remarkably fast panzers. Well, panzer building. We'll give that a go then again. So I'm going to build new factories. There we go. Superb. Economic boost, short-term investment. I mean, that long-term one isn't worth it, in my opinion. I mean, 20% money is, like, sure, why not? But, I mean, like, losing 5% IC is pretty harsh. Yeah, I'd only lose 10% money here, but I gain 10% IC, which is incredibly important. Okay, national recruitment policy, we're going to go with a sane approach, as per usual. Let them fly. Early models often broke up on takeoff. The Allies initially had little defense against them. They scourged the Atlantic. Let them fly. Okay, so we have additional close air support. Lovely. Right, I'll have that deployed here in Breslau. The industry that we're building as well is not going to be long till it's done. The beauty is it's like once you build a province up to 10 IC, that province having actual presence of heavy industry, I think what it does is I think it gives them like a 25% boost or 50% boost. I can't remember what it is. But basically, I think if you have like 10 IC and heavy industry, I think you get like 15 IC from the province. Something of that nature. I can't remember exactly. Right. Where are those divisions? They're taking a long time to move their arses, aren't they? Alright, I've not sent them, that's why. Combine these here. Okay, this is going to be great. Decent amount of heavy artillery as well, which is going to be very useful. Lots of heavy AA. Emperor Tiger Star released a video of the US going to war over incidents with ships. I'm waiting for the comment section to be filled with USS Liberty. You know, I've not seen... I don't think I've seen anything from that creator. Is that like historical videos that he does then? Oh, the long-term investment lets you do giant infrastructure projects that give great bonuses. Okay, well, I didn't actually know about that. Okay. I think maybe next time we'll go with that then. I honestly didn't know about that. I was going to say, that seems like a really like... Well, why would you ever take that? Well, that's good to know. I mean, this one is really just obviously learning. I'm thinking maybe doing like France next, or potentially Germany again. Of course, obviously we do things better. But we'll keep going. That is handy to know, though. I like that. Right, what I'm going to do here, then, is we'll have you deploy like so. See, that's light infantry. That could be very handy. I might actually have them folded in with the mountaineering forces. There we go. Start forming up the new divisions, new corps down here in the south. Have you touched a third army? Ah, that's fantastic then. I might have to check them out myself at some point. It's not that long now until we actually do have our little light carrier. Obviously, I'm not going to have any carrier air groups forwarded, so we'll work on that in the future. But, be worthwhile once we have it. That practical will be hard fought for. I suppose in some ways it might have been just easier just to build a full-blown bloody carrier. But that is a heavy, heavy investment of, well, IC. I think it's something like 30 or something. Ah, okay. I mean, this is it, isn't it? It's like, if you don't see the reason for not doing it, then it's like, well, why would you not? Nearly at 110%. Yep, there we go. We'll bang that all into research. Obviously, there's a lot to be done now. Ooh, yeah. I mean, this is it. I mean, the Soviets could be rather interesting. I've had people say, would you play the Soviets? So we might even do like a Soviet... It's either going to be down to the French, or even like a Soviet game next, then I think. Or even the Spanish. Spain interests me. España interests me. Right, radar. 1940s infantry. Now go more advanced armored cars. Yeah, we'll need that. Might as well grab that. Okay. Definitely need a close air support. That will come in handy. But what we'll do is we'll do these other ones first and foremost. Okay, awesome. So there goes that. How you doing, my friend? Avionics. I was just going to ignore this one for now. Right, political indoctrination. I think the Soviet would be better this match. Last patch combat was very deadly and you would actually run out of manpower fight in Germany. Bloody hell. That's pretty incredible. Firepower focus, yes. That needs to go to the top. That definitely will increase our power there. Okay. Looking good anyway. Looking good. Okay, the Marine Division. War is inevitable. We need forces capable of doing naval invasions. Should we form the divisional staffs for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 11th and 16th Marine Infantry Divisions? Historically, German naval divisions were formed in 1945 from the Kriegsmarine, personnel no longer required to crew ships or for shore establishments. If you buy your naval marine infantry from other nations like Japan, you should select the reserve option. Forming them in 1945 will have a high cost for a naval organization. Ah, see, this is it, isn't it? It's like, well... what use is it going to do for me? I'll form them now. Yeah, why not? End of the day, they will come in handy somewhere, I'd imagine. Probably, in some manner, they'll be handy. I just need to organize my bloody armor, don't I? Right. Semi-motorized infantry. Okay, we'll have you sent down here to the south, where you're going to be then used to command these new forces formed. Let's see here. I'm going to drop the... I'll drop the, well, this is it, isn't it? Oh, well. We'll drop the pack artillery. It's not amazing. I know it's good and everything like that, but actually, no, you're not. Drop the reconnaissance cavalry. Put the artillery back in. Just put that there for the time being. It does obviously make that a much larger division. 12,000 men. In fact, have you actually moved down here? And then obviously you'll be able to man the border. Yeah. I mean, this is it. I like the order of battle. It really does add so very much to an actual war game. Really, really does. I'll have to keep actually increasing officers pool, be able to develop it. How do you normally sell your order of battle? Normally what I do is, I like to, well, this is it. There's a lot of people who just like straight up disband everything. Though in a mod like Black Ice, I'm not entirely sure how wise that is, just because it's like at the end of the day I don't want to ruin any event chains. So how I like to do is obviously work like from the top down. Start with your commander at the top, then your commander of the army group, then your commander of the armies, and then the commander of the, well, the corps, and then the actual divisional commanders. I find working top down is just, it's just more effective, because it's like at the top you need guys that are more administrative than combative. So, in my opinion, it does make things easier. Obviously, the amount of commanders you need does increase at each tier that you go down, but it's easy enough. You know what you need then. I might have to give it a go. Right, damage Forts of the Sudeten line of defense. Forts of the Sudeten and line took great damage when Germany annexed Czechoslovakia and they were almost entirely destroyed. The few still remaining are in dire need of repairs before they can be used for defensive warfare again. No needs for the repairs, they are useless now. Keep the forts. I'll keep them. I know it might cost me resources, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know, I was like thinking, well, might as well get rid of them, but if it's no cost as of yet, I'll keep them just for the time being. Well, I'll keep them. They might come in handy. If they don't come in handy, that'd be brilliant, but if they do come in handy, I suppose at that point we will need them. Okay, territorial pride. Unit recruitment time. Let's go with the money. The money's always a good one. Yeah, as per usual, we failed it. Okay, we'll move you over here to East Prussia. Transportation. Right, move you over here towards the SS. I suppose what I could do here is, considering that we have an extra division, I could actually move it down the line. I normally disband all the Soviet headquarters and start from scratch. I mean, this is it, you can't be blamed for that. I wish somebody would buy things from us. Right, radios advanced. This is really nice. Delay between attacks reduced. Very good. Combat efficiency. Airplane radar, radio communications. Yeah, I mean, this is it, the military districts. Right, coal to oil. Might as well start working on that too. I know it's ahead of time, but they'll be at the bottom of the queue. That I need, definitely. Electronics. There we go. There we go, industry. Right, another division is done. Fantastic, so if we take a look at Königsberg. So let's watch this over here then. As we can see here that, does it tell me how much IC I get from the province or anything like that? Doesn't give me like that sort of value here, does it? Wait, is Argentina actually... Jesus Christ, Argentina's legitimately in the Axis. I just thought that if that was like some kind of event, I didn't think they actually were in the Axis. I like legitimately didn't think that was actually the case. That's pretty mad. Okay, so we legitimately have Argentina in the Axis. That's pretty freaking funny, actually. Okay. Sure, why not? Why not? I like it. I do, in fact, like it. I once had an AAR of a Soviet game that went into the 1950s. That's pretty badass. I'm just enjoying Argentina in the bloody Axis. That's pretty hilarious. It was fun restoring Republican Spain in 1952. Bloody hell. Yep, infantry radio communication increase. Fantastic. These two divisions here, moving. Have them deployed there, and have another one there. There we go. If Argentina is on our side, I think you should get some U-boats and surface raiders over there. See, that wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? Might as well go send them over now, to be fair. Yep, have them stationed in Buenos Aires. Okay, have them based in Breslau. Move these divisions here then. Just actually have the core command over there. Don't really need much else there. Yeah, really is a good idea. Mobilize them. There's just so many headquarters here. Have them move over here as well. Okay. If you really want to make a bold move, pre-deploy a Marine Division and some transports as well. You could snag the Falklands and Essential Islands from the Brits once war breaks out. That's a good point, really. Right, I've lost Chromite. Things I can't afford it anyway. Yeah, let's take a look at this then. So, they're not VP points, but it would be nice. I mean, they don't really present much. Suppose it would be nice to have them. Yeah, true. Things I really don't have much in the way of anything naval-wise. Do they have a revolt over here? Yeah, they do. And oh no, an accessible island. So this is just owned by what, Black Ice or something? Or rebels? I don't know. Ascension Island. Hello there, Lorenzo. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, I mean, having Ascension Island would be brilliant for, like, raiding. Of course, there's no actual airbase there. Yeah, it seems the AI is obviously suffering with revolt as well. Imagine taking Bermuda. You can tell I'm big into the one in the Pacific, all about the utility of those island bases. True, true, true. Thing is, I wouldn't be able to supply them. That's the issue. That's true. That's a nice one. Should the opportunity present itself, then we will consider doing that. Yep, have you attached to this command? To the 13th Corps. Beautiful. Yeah, so things are going quite well here. Now, actually, Königsberg, let's take a look at that. That should have finished with the IC production. So now we should gain the benefit of the heavy industry, like fully. I wish I could see how much IC I gained from that province. Oh well. But the good thing is we do have all of the border actually garrisoned. I just need to make sure we have some panzer divisions. So what I'm going to do is actually send the 101st Panzer Division to East Prussia. I'm going to take these light armor elements out. We don't need 2 elements of light armor here. Right, there we go. What I'll do then is, let's see. I'll have 2 motorized divisions deployed to the East Prussia as well. I don't really need much in the way of mobility. The motorized does move slower than I think the armor does, so I'll have that in the north where it doesn't have to move as far. Yeah, once this IC is done, we'll be good to go. Obviously, I'll then have to start building lots and lots of infrastructure. Bum 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 ba da 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 dun dun da 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 dun. There we go, that's another full core. Whoops, I accidentally clicked off the game there. Apologies about that. 1 second. There we go, perfect. The screen will be black, but it will come back on. There we go, we have another division ready. So at least we are starting to work on our Panzer Divisions now. So we'll have the 108th Panzer Division ready soon. Thank you, Snowwolf. You are going to burn Poland in your sword, right? Ideally, it's just how quickly we can do it. Right, take an additional division over. Damn it. Right, claims a memo. So really not far from the beginning of the war here. Yeah, Lithuania has agreed. What I'm also going to do then is... Let's see. Panzer early. So I have the light armor already, but what I'd like to do is obviously throw the additional motorized infantry battalion and the other assets in here. Armored cars, the artillery, yeah, no, won't see about that. So I'm going to throw the heavy AA. This is obviously for the additional light armor. See, what I should have done is actually taken the light armor that we had spare over here and actually started to build that up from the start of the war. That would have been very handy. Okay, German light vehicle. I'll give them the civilian transportation. Does Black Ice have the same level and detail as Japan as it does with Germany? Maybe. I don't think as deep, because obviously the game is really focused around Germany. Obviously the major players. I mean, of course, Japan is a big one. But I think Germany probably has more flavour. Probably. Though they could be very far, well, very close together. I'm not entirely sure. Right, so we have the tank destroyer over here. How do we want to do this? I'll drop the divisional headquarters for the actual SS one. Can't see a reason why not. The tank destroyer. Is the tank destroyer really worthwhile? So it has obviously the additional hard attack. Doesn't have as much as the heavy AA at the moment. Not as much piercing. They do have higher numbers. They do have much higher armor. Which is quite nice, but I think what we'll do then is we'll drop the tank destroyer. I'll throw in there, let's see. What can I throw in there? I could give them the motorized engineers. Yeah. Well, it's always worth giving it a go, my friend. Always worth to give it a go. So throw the motorized engineers in there. So I think we have three additional light panzer brigades. Or regiments. Light panzer regiments. So I'll start building that then. There we go. I mean, in fairness, they are 20 IC, which is cheaper than obviously brand new panzer divisions at like 30 IC, so I'll throw some up there once we have some additional. Have you made any Fort Busters? Yeah, nah. Thing is, mate, I doubt I'm going to be able to make that. I don't think we'll make it that far. I mean, we'll start producing things once we have the spare IC. Once we're done with this industry, I'll start looking at stuff like that. I know I should have been doing it earlier, but I'm not that good at Black Ice. And this is definitely more so just to learn, predominantly. But we'll definitely do that. Right, machine cannon combo. Wombo combo. If you will. Ah, thank you bought zinc from me. Right. See, look at that, that's really good. Consumer goods during peacetime. That saves me a shitload of IC. Bloody hell. Wow, okay, nice. Buying zinc from me as well. I like it, I like it. Very nice. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to buy chromite from the Soviet Union. So first off, how you do, my friend? Is Hearthstone free with Black Ice a stepping stone to get a Grisby games, or do you need to learn them to play, or do you need to play them to get good? See, they're similar in some concepts, but they're very different in others. It's like, for example, it's like playing Get a Grisby's 1v It's like it's less intensive as playing Hearthstone 3. Because at the end of the day, this is a real-time game. Get a Grisby's 1v is a turn-based game. So in reality, these very large, very complicated turn-based games are always going to be easier in some respects than a real-time game, because at the end of the day, you can take as long as you like with your turn. As long as you like. And nothing happens unless you make it happen. You're not going to just lose the war because you, like, pressed unpause. But yeah. I mean, this is it. It's like War in the Pacific is the War in the Pacific, isn't it? It's like the war has pretty much already begun, and depending on which start you choose, I mean, you can have the historical start where everything's really set up for you, or you can have the non-historical start where you can set absolutely everything up for yourself. But if you'd like to do that, then it's absolutely brilliant. Are you planning on doing Hearthstone 3 for long today? Not too particularly long, maybe a little bit longer. It's like I'm a little hungover at the moment, so yeah, little bit hungover. Right, the major movie studio. We'll go with that then. How much would that cost us? Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Games for the masses. I'm going to take it anyway, just because that could be very handy for us. Yeah, look at that. So we actually... Wow, that's actually really good. So we gain flat 10% boost in money. I like that. Really do. Though I think we did just get the modifier for not having enough cash. Fuck me. Right, so that's a full core. We need to start forming up new cores then. Though we should have enough to, like, okay, so let's send these over to East Prussia. It might be worth pre-building some garrison divisions so you can move all the frontline combat units right on from Poland. Yeah, that's very much true. I think, like, Black Ice 10 is so different to the versions I played. I mean, I'm not a good, like, Black Ice player, as you can imagine. But this is obviously much more... There's definitely major changes from the older versions. I think what we'll do, actually, is, rather than working on these ones, is I'm going to throw up these 3 over here. Then at least we'll have these sooner and for cheaper. So 23rd of September. Actually, no, I'd have these earlier. But that would mean... then again, we'll see. This IC might go further then. Well, at least I'd be able to use these at the end of the day. Not a massive difference, I suppose. Yeah, definitely not long now until we actually have open war. Indeed. Need to really prepare. Oh dear. Right. I find playing as the secondary powers fun in Black Ice compared to the majors. I suppose this is it, isn't it? So at the end of the day, it's like you're not the one who's having to fight the entire war. You can aid it and do your own thing easier. That's always a true point. Okay, so let's take our motorized over... And the Panzers. Panzer won't fit. Interesting. Just have you transport over there then. Put that division over here. I'm concerned with the composition of your units. Only 1 line infantry regiment and 6 support units. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Like, for example, I mean, this one over here, obviously this one is not a proper one. It's only because I have the light panzers already there. But if we take a look at our actual infantry division, the way I'm doing mine is, let's say, where's my infantry? Light armor, motorized infantry, naval infantry, infantry regiment. Okay, so this infantry regiment here is 9,000 men. So what we do then is we add in... So take a look at these stats. So this is obviously the soft attack, hard attack, piercing attack, armor, air attack, defensiveness, toughness, air defense, softness. So I throw in, for example, the heavy AA. So we gain 38, so obviously we go up to 38 soft, 39 hard, 39 piercing. Then what we do is we throw in the armored car, and notice that we start to gain, well, we will start to gain some combined arms. Then what we'll have is, let's see, well, we'll have the horse transportation. I'll throw in the headquarters as well. So we have our combined arms over here. So we have the infantry regiment, the armoured car, the heavy AA, the horse transportation, the SS, well, command. Does anyone know of an RTS game focused on the Soviet-Afghan war? I think... Oh, God, what do they call that game now? What do they call it? What's the game? Where you obviously can have, like... Where it's, like, set in World War II. But, of course, you can have, like, later years. Like, the map itself is, like, grids, but then you fight the battles in real time. You can, like, give general orders to your units where they kind of do things by themselves. What the hell do they call that game now? God, it's really just on the tip of my bloody mind. I can't think what the hell they call it now. What do they call it? Fuck, can't remember what they call it now. I think that has that. Yeah, I bloody can't remember it. Madness. Absolutely madness. It's not combat mission. It legitimately is on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of what the hell they call it now. Medium artillery, by the way, as well. Yeah, Gravity. That's it, Gravity Tactics. It's got the weirdest arse name. Okay. What else would we add to this? See, I saw a comment saying about the actual armored support, motorized support, mixed support, saying that they're really more for smaller nations. See, you know what? Company of Heroes, I really loved the first one. The second one was okay, but it's like it just really bothers me, just like how. It's like, for example, it's like I remember when it came out, so I obviously bought it, started playing a multiplayer game. So I had like a Stug, like obviously a Stug assault gun. I mean, it's like I obviously had it attack a Russian infantry squad, and the thing just missed every shot. And then when it would hit, it'd do like hardly any damage. I'm like, oh, God's sakes. Things just seem to be really like tanky, like, well, really like spongy. Like hitting tanks would just like bounce off them, bounce off them, bounce off them. It's like, ugh. So there, Carpathia, how you doing, my friend? Right. What else would I add to my infantry? I forgot what I added to them. I suppose I could just throw an engineer in there. Why not? We'll throw the engineer in there. So you can see that we have 26 combined arms over here. And that does give us a pretty decent division. The heavy A is bloody awesome. I love it so goddamn much. Okay, we have these guys over here, the actual mountaineering forces, as well as these panzers. These are actually rather cheap, aren't they? Are they panzers? Yeah, they're definitely panzer divisions. Okay, well that's interesting. Right, definitely not long now till the actual war begins. I think we will gain these as full divisions once war begins. I suppose it gives you the opportunity to obviously organise them, but I'll organise them after. I like to build my own units really just because at the end of the day they're actually up to our own scratch. Yeah, look at all these armoured cars. Yeah, we have a battle commander over here, Joseph Dietrich. We have the headquarters there. Okay. So let's give them a armoured car and a heavy AA. As well as the German light vehicles and the motorcycle. Well, then again, they already have that. Ah, there we go. Division HQ Advance. Corps Command Structure. Or Corps Command Structure. I just find it odd that you have that you'd have one regiment in a division and 5 in a support in a single division. Aye. Okay. Won't be long now before we go to like full-time war economy. I mean, the war does begin very, very soon. I do need more officers, to be fair. I think what we'll do then, in just the final days before the war, is just increase our officer ratio back up to 110%, and then at least we obviously have that. So at the moment it's down to 100 and... well, it was at 103. Okay, move the Panzer. And that as well. Okay, transport's over here. Let's take a look at the, yeah, so I want them really here. And I could move through the forest. It might slow them down slightly, which it probably will do. So we might go around it, but it might just be sooner to go through it. Okay, how's Japan doing? They're doing alright. Shanghai surprisingly holds out. I'd imagine not for long though. There we go, back up to tip-top officer condition. Now the Polish have gained some additional troops over here. These look to be possibly like garrison units or potentially like just some like militias. We definitely have the military to take them on now. Yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do then is we'll have our panzer divisions deployed. Let's see. I mean, what we want is obviously to have our motorized move through here. I think we'll have... Ooh, let's see. I don't really need like one panzer division here. Well, in fact, I'll have 2 panzer divisions. Then one down here in the south, as I can move then towards the objectives. There we go, new monumental buildings for the nation. Since we have advanced further in political research, we are now able to build one more monumental building in our capital. See, this is something I'd like to take a look at. Right, mobilize them. That takes so long. There we go, at least we're building our panzers now. What is that armor practical like then? Yeah, the automotive theory is pretty good. Armor practical is obviously down there, but it will increase over time. At least building armored cars does increase our mobile unit theory, which is obviously handy for like motorized. That's cool. Brigade command structure. Good. More combined arms, armored, mobile, ambush, radio, counter. Nanjing massacre. What, Nanking massacre? Okay. So in reality, it's like we didn't do a massive expansion of the IC. We didn't build like loads and loads and loads, but we actually have at least a decent amount of it. So that's interesting to see then. We don't have that many units, as we would have done in other like Black Ice runs, but I don't mind this. I like having less units. I think at the end of the day, if it actually comes to something more historically accurate, I think that'd be pretty awesome, rather than just having like hundreds. Okay. Yeah, that medium artillery is sadly a little bit too slow. Bam 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 bam. There we go, the 108th Panzer Division. So what I can do is I can have that obviously over here as well. Okay. Yeah, I have my 3rd Panzer Regiment over there. But I think this is where we're going to leave off here for today, ladies and gentlemen. And so what we'll do in the next stream is obviously reorganize the order of battle, put the correct commanders in place, and just really make sure everything is set up before we obviously do go to war. Yeah. We'll see about the rest. It's like when it comes to Axis allies, it would be nice to have the historical Axis for the bonus, but I don't know, it's one of these, isn't it? It's like I'd have to like obviously call them in then to help them. In Egypt, in the case of Italy. Sometimes it might be nice just to have them as like a trading partner, really. And today, if they're not like at war, at least they can trade, and then we could trade with them. We'll see. So thank you so very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed this. Apologies for it being a little bit quieter today. Obviously a little bit of a hangover, so I'm just not quite as energetic as usually. Until next time, thank you, and goodbye. Hope to see you again in the future. Ciao.